But it's not just Reed's defense. You know, his ability to clog up that paint defensively. He gives you that vertical threat at the rim. They love throwing it up to him out of that pick and roll.
Filipowski swirls down to three. This atmosphere for just joining us has been bananas in the lead up to this. Here's Boopy Miller. Central Michigan transfer with post entry to Reed, who had a mismatch. Skipped it for Andrew Carr, who couldn't connect from deep.
Duke, because they switch a lot, can get into some funky matchups at times.
As Caleb Foster threw it away, picked off by Carr. Two excellent offenses, two of the very best in all the ACC. Reed feeling good about his shot. He's only knocked down 9 career threes in 3 seasons.
You know, in an environment like this as a player, the first thing you got to keep telling yourself is to stay in character. Don't take shots that are out of character for you. Take a deep breath.
With this crowd activated, Hunter Salas drew a foul that is on the floor against Jeremy Rose. Well, we are just getting started, and you don't want to go anywhere. This place has been raucous. Duke and Wake.
Order Pizza Hut now and get a free large pizza later. That's a free pizza on your next order. So you can pizza now, then pizza again. Free pizza means your next dinner is covered. Your future self will thank you. Get it while it's hot. Only at Pizza Hut.
As the head of HR, I help lead a successful home security firm. Our teams work hard to secure our customers' most valuable assets. And while they do that, I work hard to secure ours. Our people. That's why we chose Principal, to provide the benefits and retirement plan that show our people just how much we appreciate them. Benefits help us keep top talent.
Hi, Mom.
Benefits help us grow, because we know how important security is to all.
Just the two of us.
big off the bench as well. Here he is, 15 in blue, wrapping it around to Kyle Filipowski. Proctor tips for Foster. Knocks it down.
And that's the problem when you play Duke. If you're going to be aggressive in the ball screen to start the possession, it then puts you in scramble. You had a 2-on-1 as Reed recovered nicely, but then that ball starts spraying around, and Duke has a lot of shooters.
They're the best three-point shooting team in the ACC and top 15 in the country. Hunter Sallis on a baseline drive. If you don't know his name, what's most important about him?
He does a lot. He can really score. He can shoot a three with range. He puts on the floor. He plays a lot longer than his 6'5" frame. And you love on a game like this, Mike, when your best player, which has to be your best player, gets off to a great start.
Tyrese Proctor sticks a triple to answer Salas's bucket, and it's Duke by 1, 6 minutes in. And Salas is exactly that for Wake Forest. Junior Gonzaga transfer originally from Omaha, and the number 4 scorer in the ACC. Fredrickson's a shooter. And Ryan Young bumps Efton Reed. Year 2 for John Shire, 36 years young. They've won 16 of 18. They blasted Miami on Wednesday. Where's Duke at right now?
They're playing their best basketball, and I think it says a lot about the job that John has done. You know, this team has improved steadily as the year has gone on. They've had some continuity issues with Tyrese Proctor in and out of that lineup. But these freshmen are starting to play like sophomores.
Fredrickson misses from deep.
And this team's gotten better defensively, this Duke team.
Here's the freshman, McCain, at 18.5 points per game. Lost the handle. Young went diving for it. And a held ball keeps it at the center of the floor.
It was interesting. Both of these coaches said that we have to make their play in the half court. They are both so good in transition. They have a really fast advance. They space shooters, so part of it's getting back, stopping the ball, building that wall, and then matching up with shooters. But both coaches, transition defense was huge today.
Something John Shire said to his pregame that he was stressing all week with his group. These are both top 4 defenses per Ken Pom in the ACC. Stern wanted a second triple. And here is transition for Wake. Salas without numbers. And the hesitation was probing and stepped out on the baseline. And a Wake Forest turnover.
That's where Hunter Salas, Caden Hildreth, and Boopie Miller. Looks out to me. Those guys, all of them can rip it, they can run, they all push, and they are looking to score. I mean, that is their first option. They are so dynamic downhill, especially that guy.
Went for 20-plus in the first meeting. Filipowski to the bench, and sniper Damari Monsanto into the game for Wake Forest. 30 in goal. Here's McCain, 40% from 3, and he sticks one. Coming off 8 threes last weekend against Florida State. He matched Zion's freshman Duke scoring record with 35.
He is always on balance. It's one of the reasons he is shooting such a high percentage. Be it off the dribble or off the catch, he's got a really strong lower body. He's always on balance.
He's matched up with Ken Hildreth, who lost it, and it belongs to Duke.
And that movement there from Tyrese Proctor off the ball sort of occupies, and then, you're too late. Jared McCain, like you said, he's on such a heater. I mean, that game against Florida State had unconscious vibes to it.
And it's an illegal screen set by Ryan Young.
It's interesting. When Wake Forest comes with Damari Monsanto and Parker Fredrickson off of their bench, they become a much better shooting team than they are with their starting lineup. Those two guys, that's what they want. They want 3, and it actually helps their spacing offensively.
They're both on the floor right now, and John Shire told us just a little while ago, it's like Wake Forest has 3 different teams. A lob to Marsh, and nearly another turnover. Does stay with the Deeks with 12:20 to go in the half. You've seen the defense get better for Duke the last few weeks. Hildreth from the corner to key it in. And here is Monsanto. You got to know where he is and knock it down. 41% from three last year. 10th game back this year from a knee injury.
And he has not shot well in their last 4 games, only 3 of 19.
Young tried to follow it up, and he coaxes a foul. That goes against Monsanto. Well, Monsanto is a guy who can shoot it so well. And Wake is a team who in this building, where, mind you, they're 14-0 this season, they shoot it much differently than they do away from here.
And it's interesting because most teams play better, shoot better at home. The thing with Wake is it's much better. Like, it is a stark difference. We asked Steve Forbes about it yesterday at practice, and in a typical Steve Forbes way. I can't explain it. I'm not smart enough to explain it.
He is nothing if not affable.
He's one of the best. He is one of the best people in the coaching fraternity. He is the American dream. He is proof that you can work your way up. You can pay your dues. He's been an assistant coach, a junior college coach. Came here from East Tennessee. And he does it all with a smile. He's as likable a personality as there is. He's just a good guy.
He's the pride of small town Lone Tree, Iowa. 2 years ago, the ACC Coach of the Year. It's an 8-0 Duke run. Boopy Miller out the shot fake, dishes to Matt.
Really good breakdown of the defense, and good to get Matthew Marsh a dunk. He played his best game in a while in that game against Pitt the other day. He needs to give them something.
Started last year, out of the lineup and a rotation for a lot of this year. McCain probing, offensive rebound, Young. And he moved it, but the shot clock might not have reset. That appears to be the issue here. So we will take a timeout and get that tended to when we come back.
Gotta love the penetration here from Boopy Middle, little boop boop around the rim. Matthew Marsh, get him a dunk. The big fella, beat him.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin. Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
$5 duo at Burger King. Double up flavors when hunger dings. Whopper Jr. and Royal Crispy Wraps for lunch, dinner, or late night snack. BK, have it your way.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds.
That's great.
I know, I've been telling everyone.
Liberty. Liberty. How many people did you tell?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Hey, you singing this?
Hey, where's the dish?
There ain't one.
You're telling me you can get DirecTV, the good stuff, and you don't need a satellite dish? Oh, I used to love doing my business on those things.
You're one sick pigeon. Them dishes kept the rain off our beaks.
We just have different priorities is all.
Satellite-free DirecTV. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, our lifespans are quite short.
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I'm going to do this thing with my neck just for a bit.
These are the nights that players remember.
Good luck dealing with this team when they get repetition and right.
Saturday primetime at 8:30 and a Sunday showcase doubleheader at 1 on ABC.
True story. ACC titles are hard to come by. It's the Tar Heels and the Cavaliers in the hunt for a conference championship.
Experience number 10 North Carolina, Virginia today on ESPN.
Busy Saturday elsewhere in the ACC. Our teammate, Jim Boeheim, got honored today at the Dome, and Syracuse made good on that, withstanding Notre Dame coming back. The Pack celebrating the title team from '74, and a big game that follows this one right here on ESPN. Carolina at Virginia, two of the top 3 teams in the ACC.
Yeah, Virginia's another one of those teams, and again, if I can slay the analytics game, the net for a moment. Here, like this is another one on what you do in November and December. And if there's a non-conference games, and Virginia, obviously struggled early in the year, they are a much better team. They are a tournament team if you just watch that team play.
Wake Forest just saw him last Saturday and lost by 2. Strong take from Tyrese Proctor at his second bucket, sophomore from Australia.
He's coming off their bench. John Shire has said all year they have 6 starters, and it's kind of switched around. Of course, Proctor did not play in that Florida State game, coming off the concussion, coming off the bench again today.
Ashford's right back to the deep.
That's the challenge for Duke, is guarding the ball with Boopie Miller and Cam Hedrick. Those guys want the paint. They are not shooting a high volume of threes. You have got to be able to guard your yard, keep both those guys in front.
Couple downhill drivers for Wake Forest. Duke's hit 3 triples. Wake Forest doesn't have any. And Filipowski goes to the cup with the left hand.
That's the versatility to get in the pressure that he puts on Efton Reed. Efton Reed trying to play this game physically but without fouling. This is a lot to ask when Filipowski puts it on his hand, puts it on the floor with that left hand especially.
Yeah, Reed, the 7-footer. And for 3, proving us wrong. .34% from deep. His first triple and the first for Wake Forest. Duke by 3. Filipowski flash to the block. Goes up for 2 more.
And that's where I'd love to see Filipowski more, is inside. Because he's going to draw a double. I think John Shire's looking, they ran a set there, looking to get him a little bit more, catching it on the block. And sometimes he can get himself into trouble doing too much on the perimeter.
Reed kicks it out for Salas. Knocked it down.
Got to stay attached to him. That's too much space for a guy who has played that well this season.
He's got 9 of the 19. Filipowski stepping out this time. No doubt. Wake with it down 2. Boopie Miller's been calling for. Wants a deep one. So he can drive you and also knock down a couple threes.
But he hasn't shot it well in their last 8. He's only 4 of 19. Again, 19's not a lot of attempts in 8 games. He has come out aggressive today.
Caleb Foster with a response for Duke. John Shire talked in pregame about the steadiness that Foster brings. You mentioned Proctor again coming off the bench. Second game back from the concussion. And Foster has been steady. Miller with a heat check for Wake. Here's McCain driving on Fredrickson. Fouled up. Foul Mitchell for the stop. Mark Mitchell arrives on the scene with his first points.
Call that a bailout cut because that was well defended. The initial thrust from McCain was well defended. Parker Fredrickson, you just give him a little bit of an angle as Efton Reed leaves the picture. And a great cut along the baseline by Mark Mitchell. Now, Mitchell's a guy, did not get off to a great start this year. But he got to Duke by being a certain player. The player he's playing like now, activity, versatility, aggressive. It was almost like somebody got to him before the season and convinced him he had to play a certain way to be a pro, shoot a perimeter shot, and I think it paralyzed him. But he's back to being who he is. It's been so good.
15 and 8 for him over the last dozen. They're 11-1 in that time. He kicked it out for a spinning McCain. Shot clock winding down on the freshman. Moves it for Foster. Gotta get it up, and he doesn't. It's a shot clock violation. Well, how good is this scene? And the game to match. 3-point spread.
Let's give you a taste of Boopy. Going to break here. A little Boopy Miller. Kevin Boopy Miller is wet from deep.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
You really can't overstate the gecko's influence on culture.
He's got cartoons, breakfast cereals, the best advice.
Geico can help protect your home and what's in it.
When I see him helping people, I'm full of pride and joy.
He influenced an entire generation.
But the shoes are iconic. I'm getting married in these.
He's touched so many lives.
I mean, just look at us.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Arby's crispy fish sandwiches still don't fit on the bun. Arby's sincerely apologizes for continuing to make big old sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meats.
Come on in to the Chuck Stop. Everything you need for a road trip to the Final Four.
I'm impressed, Chuck.
Gonna need these. Pumpkin spike latte and these mud flaps.
I can use these. Jen.
Hey, guys. Lucky socks.
Wonder what Jim Nance smells like. I smell divine.
I'm earning double miles with my Capital One Venture card, so it's on me.
What up with you and these subs?
Man's gotta eat.
ABC Hockey Saturday heads to Hockey Town. Matthew Tkachuk in the Panthers. Meet Dylan Larkin in the Red Wings. Panthers Red Wings at 3 on ABC and ESPN+.
So that's how they're growing so fast. They're hiring freelancers. Look what they're doing with AI experts.
Unbelievable. That dog almost looks real.
Grow your business with freelance AI experts. Fiverr.
I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset honey's always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
We just signed the lease on our third shop. My assistant went to CustomInk.com to get new uniforms with all the locations. He found great products, uploaded new art, and had boxes sent to all the shops. Custom Ink makes it so easy. Get started today at CustomInk.com.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Our next NBA Saturday primetime game is tonight on ABC and the ESPN app. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks host Jason Tatum and the Eastern Conference leading Celtics. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Celtics have won a season-high 7 straight. Well, Boopy Miller and Wake Forest have started to heat up shooting it from deep.
I thought Boopy had hit a bit of a wall, but got back to himself in that pick game. You have to remember, it's really only his second year of college. I mean, he only played 4 games last year. The year before that, he's at Central Michigan, so he has transferred up. And an adjustment, but what a start here for him.
Well, last year, a fractured bone in his foot. Efton Reed draws a foul on Kyle Filipowski. It's his first, as Duke has Roach and Young on the bench with 2 apiece.
It's going to be a battle down low. It was the first matchup, and I think Duke coming in wanted to make it a little bit difficult, harder for those post guys, be it Reed or Carr, to catch it on the post. They wanted to front Reed the deeper he got.
And again, Reed fouled out in just 15 minutes in the first meeting early last week between these teams. He got it down low. Got a steal on Mitchell.
Playing in the post is about where you catch it and the angle you have. You cannot get much deeper than that. It was a really nice big-to-big pass from Carr, even though the spacing wasn't great. leading him into that shot.
It comes out on the Proctor ball screen, and now Mitchell trying to trick down the rim and posterize Andrew Carr, who gets saddled with a foul.
Really nice pass here, and a good job carving his angle. And look at that position, 2 feet in the paint right in front of the rim. And then this is Mark Mitchell. I mean, this is the Mark Mitchell we did not see early in the year. He was on his heels. He is much more leaning forward, much more back to being the aggressive attacker that got him to Duke.
You said it earlier, first meeting, he and Filipowski were huge. John Shire said they were men. Mitchell had 23 to match a career high in that one. And again, the last dozen games for him, he's been outstanding, and Duke's record reflects that.
I think a big part of them playing their best basketball is him and how he's playing. He's an X factor, and then the ascendance of Jared McCain. Those two guys playing the way they're playing has lifted Duke.
McCain getting a breather right now, and Jeremy Roach is back out there with his 2 first-half fouls. He's got the assignment on Salas. Miller, 3, has Mitchell on him again, and Roach tipped it away. Salas recovers, shot clock inside of 10. Salas, met by Filipowski. Miller, a baseline drive, a kick for Carr. Can't stick it. Parker goes spinning. Here's Mitchell attacking again. And offensive foul on Mark Mitchell. His first personal.
What a job by Andrew Carr anticipating this. Again, a big part of this game for both teams is getting back, setting your defense, forcing the other to play in a half court. Nice job sliding over outside that restricted area, and he is absolutely there in time. Really nice defensive play.
You mentioned defensive transition. How do you assess it on both sides so far?
It's been good. Yeah, both teams have forced the other to play in a half court. You know, neither's a good shot blocking team. Rim protection for both has not been great. So there's been a lot at the rim so far.
Salas created a little bit of space and got it to go. He's got a game-high 11. And he is begging these fans to rise to their feet. Clock to 26. Filipowski, excellent passes. Moved it for Jalen Blakes. Shot clock at 8. Filipowski on the read. Kicks for Blakes. Too strong.
Your Wake's got to protect their basket. It's got to be game protection, you know, and a nice job walling up by Reed. You get help collapsing, and you force a pass out to the guy you want shooting it. You'll live with Jalen Blakes taking that shot if you're Steve Forbes.
Filipowski switched on to Miller. Bottom rolled out, and Efton Reed is as good as anyone at that tip out.
It's amazing how many offensive boards he creates by that bat out.
Carr couldn't catch the feed from Salas. Filipowski calling for it. Now sets the screen for Proctor. So good in the pick and roll. Filipowski moves it. Extra pass. Now Roach attacks. Proctor. Offensive rebound, Roach. Filipowski. And that one goes down for Filipowski, and he's got 8.
Duke has been a much better offensive rebounding team in conference play than they were early in the year, and a big part of that is their guards getting in there. Jared McCain has been maniacal on the glass. Good job by Jeremy Roach sneaking in there.
Miller fouled by Mitchell, and that's 2 on Mark Mitchell as well.
Nice job. You know, Boopie Miller and Cam Hildreth are so good at shot faking when they get into that paint. They both play off of 2 feet, and it was one of the things that John Shire was talking to his guards about. The play with those 2 guys starts when they pick up the ball in the lane. You have got to keep your feet. In that case, nice job shot faking the Mark Mitchell as he came over.
Tomorrow, Elizabeth Kinley and number 8 Virginia Tech host North Carolina at 2 Eastern over on ACC Network. And the College Game Day crew tips off our coverage from Blacksburg at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Program record 5th sellout of the season for head coach Kenny Brooks.
We talk about how good a guy Steve Forbes is earlier in the game. There's nobody better than Kenny Brooks either, man. That guy, I love me some Kenny Brooks.
Cut from the same cloth as Steve Forbes. 28 all, just outside of 4 to go in this first half. It has lived up to it. Chris Patoli, Mike Monaco, our entire crew with you. Foster from the corner, knocks down a 3.
Again, that's the danger, Mike. If you're going to send 2 to the ball, and they had a nice trap on the ball handler, but that's when Duke, I mean, they space so well, and they've got multiple shooters.
38% from 3 this year. Knocked down 13 last time out. Wednesday in the demolition of Miami in Coral Gables. He got a seal with a mismatch. Moved it back out for Miller. Shot fake on Sean Stewart. Carr struggled with a shot from deep recently. Slips it back for Filipowski. Foster wants another. And a rebound on the weak side from Cam Hildreth. Hildreth, who is playing through a wrist injury. Looked like that might be on Miller. Instead, they're going to tag Tyrese Proctor with it after some contact on both sides. First on Proctor. 3-point Duke lead on the road.
Caleb Foster doesn't hunt his shot a lot, but he's been open because of this ball screen coverage from Wake. It's his second of the game. He's wet from the corner.
There are hundreds of different kinds of trucks and SUVs on the road. Meet the wiper blades designed with all of them in mind. Rain-X rugged truck and SUV wiper blades. Engineered with graphene for long-lasting durability. They're high-performing blades for high-performing vehicles. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements. Available at your favorite retailer.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin. Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Did you know that only 1 in 10 Americans consume adequate amounts of fruits and vegetables? AG1 fills nutritional gaps and promotes gut health with essential vitamins and minerals, pre- and probiotics, and superfoods. Supporting your health doesn't need to be complicated. Try AG1 today.
You love pizza just as much as we love pizza. So we're bringing you our favorite offer yet. For a limited time, get a large one-topping pizza for only $8.99 at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
We're in the security business. Our job is to help people feel safe. Not only our customers, but those who matter most to them. Just like our company does for us. We have great benefits from Principal, so I know I'm taken care of. And not just me, but the ones who matter most to me.
The Jeep Halftime Report is on the way. Coming up, we'll recap an overtime thriller between Houston and Baylor, plus a big bounce-back opportunity for the Arizona Wildcats. Coach, where is Kyle Filipowski at his best?
When Kyle Filipowski dominates the game inside out with the depth and talent of that backcourt, Duke is a Final Four good team.
We talked about before the game, Wake Forest had to win the battle interior, hasn't done it to this point in time.
let me ask my guy Spatola a question, because Duke is playing another one of these games where Wake Forest has to win. But Duke does this all the time. Chris, you were part of that staff for years. You won a championship there as assistant coach. Is this something that Duke has to address, or just life being a Blue Devil?
It's a good question, man. I think in this league, it's life on the road for Duke and North Carolina, man. And these guys are comfortable playing in these environments. They expect it. And the thing when you're in the tournament already, like, win or lose this game today, you are better for being in this game for both teams. But certainly, there's more on the line tournament-wise for Wade. Just kind of how it is, man. This environment, this is old school Wake Forest. I mean, this is vintage Wake Forest basketball, this arena.
An attendance record at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. It's a mouthful, by the way. Nearly 15,000 here. Again, first sellout here since 7 years ago. And a team in Wake that is perfect at home, kind of rubber stamp, like Dallin said, an NCAA tournament resume against a Duke team tied for first with Carolina in the ACC. And on an ACC best right now, 5-game winning streak. Filipowski is double, passing out of the post to Proctor.
That's why I love him on the block, because passing is the best thing that Filipowski does, and he draws a double. And when you have that shooting around him, you're going to get open looks. Nice job out of a timeout.
Same thing Coach Greenberg said as well. He likes it inside out, the method for Filipowski. Oh, yeah! He's having a hat.
He thought he got fouled, and it looked like it. What a shot.
He's got 14 on 6 of 6 shooting. The Wake Forest star announcing himself on the big stage. Filipowski on the block, and he gets fouled by Efton Reed, his first.
Threes back and forth. There's that double in that mid-post. Really nice skip pass over the top. And then here's Hunter Salas. And I am always in the camp of protecting the shooter. When the defender, whether he hit his hand or not, he lands in Salas' space. And to me, I think that's a foul. What a year Hunter Salas has had. A game like this, I said it earlier, like you need your best players to be your best players. You need them to show up. And he has shown up in this first half. What a talent.
McDonald's All-American a couple of years ago coming out of Omaha. Went to Gonzaga and didn't break through there for Mark Few and his team. Comes here to Wake, and he's been outstanding. Like a lot of transfers have been the last 4 years for Steve Forbes.
Steve Forbes was saying yesterday, the first thing I said to him when I went and visited him in Spokane was, I want you to start having fun playing basketball again.
He's doing that. The confidence is back for the former prep star. Here's Reed banging with Young. He picks up a foul. A nice 3 on Ryan Young.
That's big, because Mitchell's got the 2. And a nice job by Efton Reed. I mean, he looked at the matchup, saw that Young was on him, moved the 2 fouls, and went right at him.
So Young to the bench at the 2:04 mark. 1-1 for Efton Reed. 90% this year at the free throw line. What a difference he has made for Wake Forest. 2-time transfer with LSU, then Gonzaga. So he was out the first 7 games of the year until he got the waiver situation squared away in early December, and he has really helped out their defense.
He's actually shot it well from the foul line every year. That was a big miss.
Inside of 2 to go in this first half. It's Duke by 4 on the road. Foster's being hounded by Boopie Miller. Proctor, 7 to shoot. Matched up with Hildreth. Off the bounce, behind the back. It's off the ball away. Doesn't go. Salas, Carr, Reed, Hildreth, and Miller. Steve Forbes starting lineup. Hildreth off the shot fake. He's got that wrist injury he's been dealing with. That doesn't go. Carr, step back. First points for Andrew Carr, who averages 13. And Cheshire takes the timeout.
Good drive off the skip pass by Cam Hildreth. Kid, you got to close out short on him because he wants the paint. There's that shot. And then Andrew Carson, give me that. Snatched out of the air.
This is the worst bar ever.
Would you want to do hangers? I could do 2 for $5.
Wait, we're paying for hangers?
Got glasses for $5 each. You want some ice with it?
Yes.
I'm charging 50 cents per cube.
Worst place I've ever been.
Here with Southwest Airlines, just experienced the worst bar ever.
Number 8, Duke on the road at Wake Forest in a 2-point game late in the first half. We heard stories about students overnight getting ready for this one. We heard of someone sleeping on the sidewalk, folks lining up as early as 1 a.m. for maybe the biggest game in 4 years under Steve Forbes.
You can hear the parents paying tuition for Wake Forest saying, you slept where now? On a sidewalk?
And at a school that helped birth Arnold Palmer, might be more John Daly today. Bruce Proctor got a good look, hiding behind the screen. Rebound underneath, and nearly a follow from Jared McCain on the offensive glass.
Jared McCain, what he's done on the glass for Duke is unbelievable. You know, his effort is unquestioned. He is constantly in the moment. Like, I define it a competitor. We throw that word around a lot. A competitor is somebody who's always on to the next moment. What can I do in the next play to impact winning? That's who Jared McCain is. It's a guy who was talking to John Shire about him. He said, you can coach him hard without hurting his feelings or his confidence, which is becoming more rare these days.
Yeah. And look at the routine when it comes to breath as well. This is part of it for Jared McCain. Visualization, breathing, and yoga. John Shire was telling us pre-game, he got all his teammates to get involved with some yoga last night, and he wakes up at the same time every single morning. I can't say the same. Duke by 4, 45 seconds to go in this first half at the Joel and Winston-Salem. Ricky Miller off the Efton Reed screen. He's had a good first half, along with Hunter Salas. They combined for 25. Salas with his first miss, and about a half second separating game and shot clocks for the Blue Devils up by 4. Lepowski jockeying with Reed. He's got just the one foul in this half. Lepowski, a 3. Wide left and an air ball. And Wake's going to have 5 seconds to work with you. Not sure that's the shot John Shire wanted.
Well, Wake has forced Duke to play late into a lot of these shot clocks on these possessions. Wake's half-court defense, despite Duke shooting 48%, has been pretty solid.
5 seconds for Boopy Miller, the speedy guard for Hildreth, and he gets fouled by Caleb Blakes. So that's 10 on Duke, and so it's 2 free throws for Cam Hildreth inside the final second of the half.
You know, it's tough as a player. It's a foul, clearly. It's tough as a player. That ball is just sitting out there, so delicious. You think you can get a call on it, and just late, and you commit a bad foul going into halftime.
I mean, you understand it for Blakes. It's why he's in the game for defensive purposes, but costly. And it plants Cam Hildreth at the line at 80%. And he's got his first point. And again, the significance for Wake Forest. Joe Lunardi says first team out of the field. And he said earlier today that should they win, it puts him in the field. And he said perhaps to stay. It'd be the best win of the season for the Demon Deacons. And they cut it to 2. Foster got it off. And we head to halftime in Winston-Salem with Duke on top of Wake Forest by 2. And for John Shire, this is the significance. 29 straight wins when leading at the half, one of the longest streaks in all of Division I. halftime in Winston-Salem. To the studio, Kevin, Gallen, and Coach Greenberg.
Mike, 14 for Salas, 11 for Boopy, but it's Duke in front by 2 at the break. Welcome into the Jeep halftime report. Kyle Filipowski leading the way for Duke with 10. He's missed 3 shots, Coach, all of them from three-point range. When he's playing well down low, how does that change things?
It totally changes the dynamic of the Duke offense. Look, if you want a three-point shooter, you're going to have a better three-point shooter with McCain, with Proctor, with Foster, with any of their perimeter players, where he can make a difference in this game. And for this team, big picture moving forward in the NCAA tournament, he is a dynamic low-post scorer. He can put it on the floor, he can get through it, and that's great. Drive it from the high post. But when he catches it on the block, if you double him, he can play out of it. If he gets an angle, he can finish. And then he's complimented by Mark Mitchell. And Mark Mitchell playing to his strengths, playing downhill, terrific cutter, gets to the offensive glass. Those two guys can dominate the paint and complement, I think, one of the top 5 backcourts in college basketball.
It's kind of a replication of what happened a couple weeks ago when they played before. They dominated the interior of that game. A lot of it was out of pick and roll. And when you see some of the adjustments Steve Forbes making, they're blitzing some of those ball screens. This team's guards, to your point, are too good to do that. Or Filipowski double the post. They've scored off those. They've hit threes off of those. These adjustments, we'll see how they continue to guard those 2 type of different actions if they get the ball in the post and ball screens, but also from a guard standpoint.
They got to double him, Filipowski in the post. If not, he'll foul out Efton Reed.
Well, that's what they did in the first game. And that's the challenge, though, is then how do you play out of that and make sure they don't hurt you as much? The guards for Wake Forest have kept them in this game. They need some offensive force from their bigs on the interior to stay in the game.
Great environment, great game here at the half.
I know you want one of those T-shirts.
Don't run. I'll take a freebie.
Well, he wants the Jim Boeheim T-shirt.
Let's go. I'll take both. I'll take a Carolina shirt. R.J. Davis and the Tar Heels, a potential get-right game against Virginia.
They've got to defend back to the way they were in January. They've seesawed losses and victories for the last 6 games, and partially because they've not defended at the same level. UVA struggles to score. They've got to defend and then play ahead of that Virginia defense.
That game coming up next year on ESPN, UNC and UVA. Houston, Baylor, what a matchup in Waco. What a game from that backcourt of Sharp and Shedd and Cryer.
Those 3 guys, the best 2-way backcourt in college basketball, the ability to pressure the ball, disrupt you defensively. And a majority of the offense for this Houston team comes out of their backcourt, with now Roberts complementing that.
10 seconds to go. This is Eve Nisi and 1. DC, he had a chance to give Baylor the lead.
He's going to be thinking about this tonight, tomorrow, and for weeks ahead because of a chance to knock off Houston. And Jamal Shedd's going to think, if I maybe a half second before, I'm the hero in regulation, and we would have covered. Doesn't count. They're going to go off, and it's the right call. This is a game of 2 halves.
You think he was thinking about that, really?
Absolutely. It's in his head. I know.
I was just wondering.
And now back to the zone, though, because Baylor in the first half, they carved up the zone, and in this overtime period, they scored a couple times early on, and then they were able to finish their free throws. And Baylor, again, turnovers, reared their head, just like in the first half, crushed them in overtime.
13 points off turnovers in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't win turning the ball over.
Speaking of that, Iowa State.
Speaking of
11 turnovers forced in the first half.
Yeah.
Cyclones looking to bounce back from a loss. The number 6 team of the country, a 10-point lead behind 9 from Taman.
Do they have 6 guys on the court at one time?
It sure feels that way. When we come back, it looks like Arizona has 7. We'll talk about that next.
This halftime report is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
We're Ram, and when trucks are what you do Truck Month better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this Truck Month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
Get 10% below MSRP for an average of $8,400 under MSRP on the purchase of select 2024 Ram light duty and heavy duty trucks.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my 6-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours. Oh, I'm ready.
The most important part of your business are all the people who come through your doors every day. And Cintas can help you take care of them. Your dedicated Cintas service reps will provide the essential products and support to help keep your employees performing at their best.
so your business can too. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready!
Get ready for the workday.
There's one thing that never changes.
Georgia,
The anticipation.
Georgia, the whole day through. I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset lights always make me say, I really want to be in LA. I take the city in the dead of night. I'm burning gas until I feel alright. My sunset lights always make me say, I really want to be in LA.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. It's lunchtime, and Gary is double booked. Good thing Gary's company uses Otter's AI meeting assistant to take notes and generate a summary. So Gary doesn't miss a meeting and can regain his lunch break. Try now for free. Visit otter.ai or download the app.
You're watching the Jeep Halftime Report.
Countdown and Coach, Arizona off the late Thursday night loss to Wazoo. How about 20 in the first half for Caleb Lowe?
6 rebounds and 3 assists in the first half as well. The most complete, efficient game I've seen him play in a while.
Probably the most expected thing you were going to get was this outcome in the first half. Like, you lose the game in the way they did at home. The Huskies are getting pounded.
How much did you expect that, really?
A lot. Not as much to put his money where my mouth is, but yes, quite a bit. It was a dominant performance, and they got plus 10 on the free throw line. They're getting anything they want, the interior, exterior. It's been
When that
complete.
dude right there, he's the tone setter. Keyshawn Johnson, they've got to get back to their toughness and the grit they had early in the season, Arizona.
Illinois off the loss to Penn State. A terrific start for Coleman Hawkins.
Coleman Hawkins is one of the most versatile bigs in college basketball. That Quincy Guerrier, is he celebrating Jim Boeheim Day?
I don't think so, but maybe. I will say this. Coleman Hawkins in Illinois came off a crushing loss at Penn State, up 8 with 35 seconds to go. They have not responded the same way that Arizona has, at least in the defensive end. Iowa right now is able to get downhill and control this game. They're shooting over 60% and getting great looks.
Hawkins with 13 in the first half. And speaking of Guerrier, Coach.
Right now, Coach Boeheim is getting honored, and Guerrier is punching on someone's head.
There you go. Different shades of orange. By the way, Iowa's shooting 61% and losing right now.
Watch out for Florida. I tell you, when you get your bracket, check out Florida. I'm just saying.
That backcourt is elite between Richard and Clayton, and they've got 19 wins.
Hey, you seeing this?
Hey, where's the dish?
There ain't one.
You're telling me you can get DirecTV, the good stuff, and you don't need a satellite dish? Oh, I used to love doing my business on those things.
You're one sick pigeon. Them dishes kept the rain off our beaks.
We just have different priorities is all.
Satellite-free DirecTV. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, our lifespans are quite short.
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I'm going to do this thing with my neck just for a bit.
The all-new Hot Honey Pizza and Wings. It's where sweet meets heat. And the first new flavor to make you say, Pizza what? Dude! Don't miss out. Pizza what?
Nothing comes close to this place in the morning. I'm so glad I can still come here. You see, I was diagnosed with obstructive HCM, and there were some days I was so short of breath, I thought I'd have to settle for never stepping foot on this trail again. I became great at making excuses, but I have people who count on me, so I talked to my cardiologist. I said there must be more we can do for my symptoms. He told me about a medication called Camzyos. He said Camzyos works by targeting what's causing my obstructive HCM, so he prescribed it, and I'm really glad he did.
Camzyos is used to treat adults with symptomatic obstructive HCM. Camzyos may improve your symptoms and your ability to be active. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased if you develop a serious infection or irregular heartbeat or when taking certain other medicines. So do not stop, start, or change medicines or the dose without telling your healthcare provider. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help if you experience new or worsening symptoms of heart failure. Because of this risk, Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking Camzyos, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions, including current or planned pregnancy.
Today with Camzyos, I don't lose my breath as often. My symptoms have improved, helping me go from expecting less to experiencing more.
My name is Mike, and this is my Camzyos moment.
Call your cardiologist today and see if a Camzyos moment may be in your future too.
Now, ADT professionally installs Google Nest products. Cool.
You're all set.
Arm assistant, we should go. When the most trusted name in home security adds the intelligence of Google, you have a home with no worries. Brought to you by ADT.
This halftime report is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
Well, a special day in central New York. Syracuse celebrating Coach Jim Boeheim Day. Final Fours, DC, we talked about it in 4 different decades. The only coach to win 1,000 games twice in college basketball. When you think about that program, it starts with him.
It really does. I said, as a kid growing up, that's one of the first things you remember is Coach Boeheim at Syracuse and those great Big East days. That's how I grew up watching the game, understanding what the 2-3 zone was. And I said later in life, he didn't appreciate some of my Syracuse basketball takes in the last couple of years. But we love you, like seeing around the halls right now. He seems to be enjoying things on this side of the camera. Indeed.
Jim Boeheim's a dying breed. Coach K's gone. Jim Boeheim's gone. Larry Nagel will be gone soon. Roy Williams. These guys were lifers. They grew up, right, at their universities in a lot of ways. I mean, Jim Boeheim, from a student to assistant coach to Roy Danforth to a Hall of Fame coach. That's a pretty good story.
Born in upstate New York and never left. Yeah. A legend there at Syracuse University. And by the way, the Orange needed to hang on to beat Notre Dame today. Kyle Filipowski leading the way for Duke. Second half is next. This has been the Jeep Halftime Report.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds.
That's great.
I know, I've been telling everyone.
Liberty. Liberty. How many people did you tell?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Investment opportunities are everywhere you turn. Do you charge forward? Freeze in your tracks? Or let curiosity light the way? At T. Rowe Price, we ask smart questions about opportunities like advances in healthcare and how these innovations will create a healthier world tomorrow. Better questions, better outcomes.
Includes 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and a 2-liter bottle of Coke. So we were asking real people how much they think all of this costs.
$35, $45, $50,
$19.99. I'm about to order that when I get home. It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
True story. ACC titles are hard to come by.
These are Elite 8 caliber teams, and this is an Elite 8 atmosphere. There's a lot at stake.
It's the Tar Heels.
What a play.
And the Cavaliers.
Oh! And the lid is off the basket.
In the hunt for a conference championship.
All they're thinking about is trying to win a title. It's something you'll never forget.
Experience number 10, North Carolina, Virginia. Today at 4 on ESPN.
So that's how they're so productive. They use Fiverr. Look how quickly they find freelancers. So simple.
Yeah, but why are they working in the dark?
Grow your business easily with freelancers. Fiverr.
It's lunchtime, and Gary is double booked. Good thing Gary's company uses Otter's AI meeting assistant to take notes and generate a summary. So Gary doesn't miss a meeting and can regain his lunch break. Try now for free. Visit otter.ai or download the app.
A monster game in the ACC. Duke and Wake Forest, who's looking for a resume-boosting win. And their star, Hunter Salas, was excellent in the first half with 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting to go along with 5 rebounds. Flip side for Duke, Flip himself. Kyle Filipowski with 10 to pace a Duke team that was in foul trouble throughout that first half, but still, after the first 20, has a 2-point lead on Wake Forest at a sold-out Joel. As we welcome you back, get ready for the second half. Chris Patola, Mike Monaco with you, and this has not disappointed. The entirety of the first half, a 2-possession game and lived up to.
Yeah, you know, those two guys we just showed. I mean, Hunter Salas was the best player on the floor in that first half. He's got a target on his back. Scouting report-wise, it's his efficiency. 6 of 7, 2 threes. He was good. Filipowski, when he puts his head out inside, I'm going to go inside and muscle this thing. He was really effective. I think he bails the defense out when he settles for those threes, and I thought he had some settles in that first half, but he was still obviously very good.
Duke had a lead as large as 6, biggest one we saw in that first half, and then they went a little bit cold offensively those last 3 minutes of the first half, and the foul set up a couple of free throws and made it a 2-point game at the break. And here we go, second half in Winston-Salem. Second of 6 straight men's hoops games here on ESPN, with 4 top 10 teams in action, and those including Duke. Here's Andrew Carr. 1 of 6 shooting for him in that first half. Matched up with Mark Mitchell. He had a couple of first half fouls. Carr goes pivoting for 2.
Oh, we love Steve Forbes out of the locker room going right at Mark Mitchell. He's got the 2 fouls, like you said, Mike. We're going to post Carr up and force Mitchell to have to defend.
First meeting between these teams last Monday was a big second half for Duke. Wake's defense, Steve Forbes said, wasn't good enough. Looking for better today. Jeremy Roach in foul trouble himself with 2. Only had 2 points that first half.
He's got such a good hesitation on that open side ball screen. And, of course, you're playing it with 2-man game with Filipowski, who can pick and pop. Just a tough thing to defend.
What a senior season it has been for Jeremy Roach. Career year. And he has shot it at 46% from 3. Steve Forbes attacks Mitchell again. Double came off Carr and Salas. Third 3 and he's got 17.
It's inexcusable if you're Duke. You cannot leave him. Outside of the fact that he was on fire in the first half, he's one of the league's best players. You cannot leave Hunter Salas.
Filipowski is on the block. Banging with Efton Reed, and the foul. Called on the floor. And it's an early one. Second on Reed.
You've got to stay attached in the half court. You can't be ball watching. I mean, Jeremy Roach, there's got to be an awareness on Hunter Salas. You cannot leave him to help. You cannot leave him to offensive rebound. You cannot daydream. You have got to stay with Hunter Salas.
And they've wanted to see more aggressiveness from him. Steve Forbes said to us this morning, the next step in his process is becoming an alpha. He's done it so far in 22 minutes this afternoon. Looks around the corner. Tough follow-up. And Filipowski the follow. Crowd wanted basket interference. They don't get it.
You love how aggressive Roach is to start this half. He needs to be a player in this second half.
Spinning again on Mark Mitchell. Carving out space and scoring with the right hand. And Reed and Filipowski get tangled. Nothing more to see there.
Well, Steve Forbes and Andrew Carr, it's a partnership to start the half. You love partnerships.
Like me and you, man.
Like me and you, brother. They're going to force Mark Mitchell to have to do something, and then this has been a physical game so far, especially on the interior.
Roach around the corner. Finds Filipowski again. Goes back to work on Efton Reed. Filipowski, follow it and go. Mitchell cleans it up and draws the foul.
Every time Filipowski catches it on the block, something good happens. Now there he takes the shot, but he's, again, an outstanding passer. And everybody, he draws so much attention. That's why you want him to catch it there. And that's how Mitchell's able to sneak in there. People watching Filipowski dribble.
Mitchell just 3 points in the first half. Well, we mentioned another full day of college hoops right here on ESPN and the app. We highlight these three games. Two top teams in the ACC right after us at 4 Eastern with Carolina against Virginia. Texas takes on number 9 Kansas, and at 8 Eastern in the SEC, number 5 Tennessee against Texas A&M.
It's another massive, massive bubble game for Texas A&M.
Topsy-turvy for them recently. Wake Forest, meanwhile, if you're just joining us, Joe Lunardi's first team out. He's got Duke as a 3 seed. They're tied atop the ACC with North Carolina at 12-3. Salas is feeling it. Alpha indeed. 20 for Hunter Salas.
Duke caught rotation, and again, nobody on Hunter Salas.
Roach comes up to get it. The bounce on Miller. Now Caleb Foster, big in the first half at 8 points. Hardly came off the floor. Shot clock winding down. Roach fires. Knocks it down. We said it. Jeremy Roach at 46% from 3 would be the best for a Duke player in the last 25 years.
He's having a heck of a year, and he's never rattled. There is no environment this dude has not seen in 4 years as a starter at Duke.
Carr has been busy these first 4 minutes out of halftime. Reed gets the roll. 2 phenomenal offenses. 2 of the best in the ACC. Top 2 shooting teams in the league. Looking like it here this afternoon. Mitchell off the bounce, met by Reed. Now Roach pulling in on Miller. Foster shut off on the baseline. He turned it over. Salas pushes. And Hildreth moves it for Carr. Reed Collinford matched up with Filipowski. The Gonzaga transfer. Kicks it out for Salas. Again!
Hunter Salas is smoking hot, and Duke is complicit. I mean, look, there is no sense of urgency to defend Hunter Salas to start this second half. Look how wide open a first-team All-ACC player is. Unacceptable.
Oh, nuts.
No. With Planters nuts, it's not nuts. It's nuts. Because Planters nuts are good.
Planters nuts. Nuts.
Meet the Jennifers. Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. Each planning their future through the Chase mobile app. Gen X is planning a summer in Portugal with some help from JP Morgan Wealth Plan. Let's go, Whiskers. Gen Y is working with a banker to budget for her birthday. You only turn 30 once. And Gen Z, her credit's golden. Hello, new apartment. 3 gens getting ahead with Chase. Solutions that grow with you. One bank for now, for later, for life. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin. Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Classic roast beef and crispy fish? Just 2 for $6? If Arby's wasn't already at Arby's, it'd be on its way to Arby's right now. Arby's, we have the meat.
Oh, I'm ready.
Businesses work best when they put people first. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure your team has the essential products they need, where and when they need them, to help keep them looking great, feeling confident, and ready to be their best. Get Cintas
Oh, I'm ready.
and get ready for the workday.
The rush to the playoffs. The biggest games. The biggest stage. The Stanley Cup Final returns on ABC and ESPN+.
On a huge stage, Hunter Salas has been a dude. 23 points in 25 minutes. 5 of 6 from deep. And you said Duke is complicit in this.
It's game plan. I mean, look, he's a great player, so he's going to put up numbers. But if we were in a pickup game, Mike, and you had 5 threes, well, that would never happen. Let's reverse it. And I had 5 threes. You would say, hey, man, you got to stay with the guy. Do not leave him. And Duke has been caught in rotation. There's nobody clearly designated to stay with Salas. And so these shots have been open shots.
Ryan Young out of the timeout had it roll off, but a late whistle and a foul goes against the Deeks. We go back to break. I'm going to try to find a way to mute your microphone after that comment.
The truth hurts, Mike.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she picked me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
The $20 taste of KFC meal is 6 pieces of chicken and these 4 sides. Mashed potatoes and gravy, some of this, creamy this, and cheesy that. And don't forget the buttery biscuits. All that for $20. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
La lune est libre, je crois, qui rayonne au-dessus. Rayonne au-dessus des toits. La lune est libre. Y'a plus qu'on ne le croit. Elle fluctue de ça et là.
Book in the Hotels.com app to find your perfect somewhere.
The union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy nerds. Nerds Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
Question: what would you get with almost $750?
Easy. I'd buy a smartwatch like that guy.
Makes sense. Use that GPS for your poor sense of direction.
Excuse me.
Mitchell just 3 points in the first half. Well, we mentioned another full day of college hoops right here on ESPN and the app. We highlight these 3 games. 2 top teams in the ACC right after us at 4 Eastern with Carolina against Virginia. Texas takes on number 9 Kansas, and at 8 Eastern in the SEC, number 5 Tennessee against Texas A&M.
It's another massive, massive bubble game for Texas A&M.
Topsy-turvy for them recently. Wake Forest, meanwhile, if you're just joining us, Joe Lunardi's first team out. He's got Duke as a 3 seed. They're tied atop the ACC with North Carolina at 12-3. Salas is feeling it. Alpha indeed. 20 for Hunter Salas.
Duke caught rotation, and again, nobody on Hunter Salas.
Roach comes up to get it. The bounce on Miller. Now Caleb Foster. Big in the first half at 8 points. Hardly came off the floor. Shot clock winding down. Roach fires. Knocks it down. We said it. Jeremy Roach at 46% from three. Would be the best for a Duke player in the last 25 years.
He's having a heck of a year, and he's never rattled. There is no environment this dude has not seen in 4 years as a starter at Duke.
Carr has been busy his first 4 minutes out of halftime. Reed gets the roll. Two phenomenal offenses. Two of the best in the ACC. Top 2 shooting teams in the league. Looking like it here this afternoon. Mitchell off the bounce, met by Reed. Now Roach bullying in on Miller. Foster shut off on the baseline. He turned it over. Salas pushes. And Hildreth moves it for Carr. Reed Collinford matched up with Filipowski. The Gonzaga transfer. Kicks it out for Salas. Again!
Hunter Salas is smoking hot, and Duke is complicit. I mean, look, there is no sense of urgency to defend Hunter Salas to start this second half. Look how wide open a first-team All-ACC player is. Unacceptable.
Oh, nuts. No. With Planters nuts, it's not nuts. It's nuts. Because Planters nuts are good.
Planters nuts. Nuts.
Meet the Jennifers. Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. Each planning their future through the Chase mobile app. Gen X is planning a summer in Portugal with some help from JP Morgan Wealth Plan. Let's go, Whiskers. Gen Y is working with a banker to budget for her birthday. You only turn 30 once. And Gen Z, her credit's golden. Hello, new apartment. 3 gens getting ahead with Chase. Solutions that grow with you. One bank for now, for later, for life. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin. Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Classic roast beef and crispy fish? Just 2 for $6? If Arby's wasn't already at Arby's, it'd be on its way to Arby's right now. Arby's, we have the meat.
Oh, I'm ready.
Businesses work best when they put people first. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure your team has the essential products they need, where and when they need them, to help keep them looking great, feeling confident,
and ready to be their best. Get Cintas
Oh, I'm ready.
and get ready for the workday.
The rush to the playoffs. The biggest games. The biggest stage. The Stanley Cup Final returns on ABC and ESPN+.
On a huge stage, Hunter Salas has been a dude. 23 points, in 25 minutes. 5 of 6 from deep. And you said Duke is complicit in this.
It's game plan. I mean, look, he's a great player, so he's going to put up numbers. But if we were in a pickup game, Mike, and you had 5 threes, well, that would never happen. Let's reverse it. And I had 5 threes, you would say, hey, man, you got to stay with the guy. Do not leave him. And Duke has been caught in rotation. There's nobody clearly designated to stay with Salas. And so these shots have been open shots.
Ryan Young out of the timeout had it roll off, but a late whistle and a foul goes against the Deeks. We go back to break. I'm going to try to find a way to mute your microphone after that comment.
The truth hurts, Mike.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she picked me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
The $20 Taste of KFC meal is 6 pieces of chicken and these 4 sides: mashed potatoes and gravy, some of this, creamy this, and cheesy that. And don't forget the buttery biscuits. All that for $20. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
La lune est libre, je crois, qui rayonne au-dessus. Rayonne au-dessus des toits. La lune est libre. Bien plus qu'on ne le croit. Elle fluctue de ça et là.
Book in the Hotels.com app to find your perfect somewhere.
The union of fruity sweet gummy and tangy crunchy nerds. Nerds Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
Question: what would you get with almost $750?
Easy. I'd buy a smartwatch like that guy.
Makes sense. Use that GPS for your poor sense of direction.
Excuse
In the first half. Well, we mentioned another full day of college hoops right here on ESPN and the app. We highlight these 3 games. 2 top teams in the ACC right after us at 4 Eastern with Carolina against Virginia. Texas takes on number 9 Kansas, and at 8 Eastern in the SEC, number 5 Tennessee against Texas A&M.
It's another massive, massive bubble game for Texas A&M.
Topsy-turvy for them recently. Wake Forest, meanwhile, if you're just joining us, Joe Lunardi's first team out. Yeah, Duke is a 3 seed. They're tied atop the ACC with North Carolina at 12-3. Salas is feeling it. Alpha indeed. 20 for Hunter Salas.
Duke caught rotation, and again, nobody on Hunter Salas.
Roach comes up to get it. The bounce on Miller. Now Caleb Foster. Big in the first half at 8 points. Hardly came off the floor. Shot clock winding down. Roach fires. Knocks it down. We said it. Jeremy Roach at 46% from 3. Would be the best for a Duke player in the last 25 years.
He's having a heck of a year, and he's never rattled. There is no environment this dude has not seen in 4 years as a starter at Duke.
Carr has been busy these first 4 minutes out of halftime. Reed gets the roll. 2 phenomenal offenses. 2 of the best in the ACC. Top 2 shooting teams in the league. looking like it here this afternoon. Mitchell off the bounce, met by Reed. Now Roach bullying in on Miller. Foster shut off on the baseline. He turned it over. Salas pushes. And Hildreth moves it for Carr. Reed Collinford matched up with Filipowski. The Gonzaga transfer. Kicks it out for Salas. Again!
Hunter Salas is smoking hot, and Duke is complicit. I mean, look, there is no sense of urgency to defend Hunter Salas to start this second half. Look how wide open a first-team All-ACC player is. Unacceptable.
Oh, nuts.
No. With Planters nuts, it's not nuts. It's nuts. Because Planters nuts are good.
Planters nuts. Nuts.
Meet the Jennifers. Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. Each planning their future through the Chase mobile app. Gen X is planning a summer in Portugal with some help from JP Morgan Wealth Plan. Let's go, Whiskers. Gen Y is working with a banker to budget for her birthday. You only turned 30 once. And Gen Z, her credit's golden. Hello, new apartment. 3 gens getting ahead with Chase. Solutions that grow with you. One bank for now, for later, for life. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is
a little two-man game with Hildreth and Andrew Carr. Again, extended dribble on the block. And Jared McCain is stunting. You know, the thing with a stunt, watch McCain, he's coming out, he's faking. It allows you to be in 2 places at one time. The problem is on a closeout, he leaves his feet. Nice shot fake. And that's what he wants. You got to keep your feet. Hildreth does not want 3. He wants the paint.
You said it in the first half. It should be a short closeout on Cam Hildreth. Third foul, by the way, on Filipowski.
He and Boopy Miller are so good when they get into that paint, Mike, at shot faking. You know, Miller, with his slight size, he's had to do it his whole life. And Hildreth, being an international player, he's so fundamentally sound.
A guy who has improved his shot so much as to see Efton Reed sit for Wake. But the risk bothering the three-point shot for Cam Hildreth. Splits at the free throw line. So it's Wake by 1, outside of 8 to go in this second half.
Some key misses at the foul line for Wake,
which is a top 3 free throw shooting team in the country this season. Filipowski fouled by Marsh. Back and forth we go. And no star has shined brighter than Hunter Salas today.
You said it, Mike. 10 of 12 from the field. up against the sophomore. Too light, nudge, nudge, over the top. He sweats. Hunter Salas, what a day.
The best advice I ever got was to invest with Vanguard for my retirement. The second best, stay healthy enough to enjoy it. So I started preparing physically and financially. Then you came along and made every mile worth it.
Hi, Mom.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner, helping you prepare for today's longer retirement. That's the value of ownership.
I see strength in you. And now